Hi everyone. I'll be making a presentation on the AfriGeo initiatives, basically how we're taking the global initiative to the local context. My name is Phoebe Odor. I represent the AfriGeo Secretariat. So basically leading activities that involve engagement with the Geo Secretariat as well as the AfriGeo community, with our overarching goal being the promotion on use of observation data by government in decision-making processes. First, I want to highlight the new member countries we have, and in the last 1 year, we've been able to bring on board 2 new countries, that is Rwanda and Sierra Leone. And you can see from the statement made by Rwanda in that the reason they joined this group is to be able to share with other GEO members on best practices and also how they can be able to more or less utilize GEO information in management and basically Earth observation. In terms of our user engagement activities, we do this through different working groups. So for each and every application area, forestry, land degradation, in agriculture and food security, in capacity building, data and infrastructure, we have working groups where different members form a community of practice where they're able to share what they're working on, the challenges they're facing, and how they can be able to address those. We also use the AfriGeo mailing list, which is basically a database that has been built over 10 years to be able to share different resources as well as funding opportunities. The workshops have also been very key in basically engaging with the communities as well as addressing specific issues. And below that, I've highlighted 2 workshops where one was held in Pretoria, and we were basically doing an AfriGeo land degradation neutrality workshop to address the challenges we're having as a community and also look at what tools are available and how we can be able to address capacity building. We also held last year in August a Digital Earth Africa launch at RCMRD. That was done just before the AfriGeo Symposium. We have over time and again used industry track and other exhibition forums as an opportunity to engage with stakeholders from the countries as well as higher ranking officials. And the Geoplenary is one such good area because during the ministerials we have ministers from different countries convening. The AfriGeo Symposium is also another opportunity where we bring the community together to share what they're working on as a community and also to develop the working plan and action plan that we're going to be taking forward. For resource and mobilization, collaboration has been very key for us, and here we're looking at collaboration both regionally, globally, and also nationally. So we have been collaborating with groups like SEALS on the working group on capacity development to see which aspects of capacity building and where the capacity gaps are in the region that they can be able to address, and they've been able to provide training resources for the community. We've also engaged with the survey program as well as Digital Earth Africa to be able to address basically different challenges and also opportunities. The ASTRAN community has also been very key in addressing the connectivity challenges we face as a region, and they're looking at ways of basically working through the AfriGeo and also GNS and Africa to be able to address this issue. We have also created partnerships to develop joint proposals as well as created MOUs with different institutions like Kenya Space Agency and SANSA to continue basically having a framework for better collaboration and better working arrangements. We also encourage co-funding where AfriGeo funds specific elements and different partners also pull in their resources. We have recently developed a working group on statistics, and basically what we're trying to do with this working group, we realize that the statistics community for many countries in Africa, they have a challenge in utilizing Earth observation data, and we are seeing that now Earth observation data is basically addressing some of those gaps that the statistics are not able to basically have all the data available. So this
integration makes the data available in places where there is no data. So we're trying to bring this community talking to each other and also basically just sharing the good practices and the challenges they are facing. Um, we have a working group on COVID-19. Basically, this is an ad hoc working group that was developed for countries to be able to share different experiences on how they're using Earth observation data in monitoring COVID-19. It's also an opportunity for us to provide access to critical data as well as an opportunity for networking and collaboration. So through this working group also we're trying to use a survey to be able to identify some of the data gaps and needs that the region is facing. And basically some of the achievements that we've been able to get through this working group, one is we have representation from 37 countries coming from 9 countries, and also we have others outside the region. We also have the involvement of private sector. Basically, we are trying to ensure that each and every group is represented. And some of the resources we've been able to share include some of what is publicly available from the Africa Geo portal. We have been able to share high resolution images for cities with the community that is basically coming from Digital Globe. We've been able to share what the African Union is doing and also what Facebook and other partners are doing to be able to provide a much more higher resolution settlement layer that other people may not be aware of. Also, just to highlight that the University of Energy and Resources in Ghana has been able to build an artificial intelligence algorithm that can be used to profile cases in different countries in 3 different stages. So the emerging stage, the stage where it's peaking, and the stage where they've already overcome the challenge per se. So this helps us to understand where each and every country is at. And if you want more information about this particular work, you can reach out to Mark. Um, in our role as the regional geo, we are trying to influence, leverage, and adopt geo initiatives and activities and ensure that they are responding to our regional needs. GeoGlam is one of the geo initiatives that basically we have seen being utilized as an early warning tool by governments to be able to understand the performance of crops in the region. So this has been very key, not just in informing the regional markets and also crop performance, but also being adopted by different governments to suit their national needs and also influence market price for crops in the region based on how the crop is performing. We also have the Digital Earth Africa that has very specific outputs that include providing analysis-ready data that is free and open to all sectors, and also bringing together different governments and African stakeholders. And what we are seeing is that the Digital Earth Africa program is aligning very well with different valued information in Africa. Some of the key achievements Digital Earth Africa has been able to achieve in the past year include making a Landsat data with very clear observation available for the region to use radar data as well. But one key product that we're seeing is gaining a lot of momentum is the water observation from space products, which shows the performance of water features over time period. So where you see the blue areas is basically areas with permanent water, and when it turns to green, then those are more or less seasonal. And we're seeing this product being used in basically understanding even where ephemeral water bodies are, and also in assessment of flooding events. We've also had engagement with the GeoLDN, and we have engaged with them at a global and also at a regional level. So at the global level, we're trying to develop better standards for the sub-indicators. So this is the sub-indicators on land productivity, on soil organic carbon, as well as on land cover. At a regional level, we are more or less looking into developing a framework for capacity building. We're also looking at specifying the minimum characteristics of datasets, as well as of developing an open source system and tools to assist countries in measuring land degradation. We've also had engagements with the GeoBlue Planet. So basically the challenges that GeoBlue Planet is trying to address is that of illegal uncontrolled and unreported fishing that we're seeing is basically leading to loss of revenue from different countries, loss of employment, as well as declined fish. So in this particular case, as you can see from what is happening in Ghana, is you can see from 1990, the fish stocks have really been reducing a from what you can see in 2020. So GeoBlue Planet is partnering with GMS to be able to basically provide input on how Earth observation can be utilized in observing illegal boats, for instance, and informing the relevant authorities in this. So basically, this is actually enriching and also giving the government more control in terms of basically just surveillance and knowing what is happening within their territories. I think I want to stop there because uh, our role, like I mentioned, is just to try and ensure that the government are able to see the value of Earth observation and what it can do. Thank you.